Welcome to Lovington Wildcat Basketball from Z94 KZOR and Walmart Digital. Tonight's game is brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Now Pharmacy, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Bob's Thriftway, the First American Bank of Lovington, and Norley Hospital. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thank you very much for being with us tonight as we get ready for this pre-district matchup between our 11-3 Wildcats and the 13-3 Cavemen. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan. Hope you are having a great Tuesday night, at least better than we are. Apparently the Lovington Schools Internet has decided that it hates our video streaming service, but well, as we join you tonight, of course, the girls game earlier, the Carlsbad Cave girls pretty much all over the Lovington Lady Cats, but a learning experience, hopefully, for the Lady Cats in that one.
Definitely. I think 55-23 final score in that one. So that puts the Lovington girls at 4-11 on the season, but they've got a chance to face Carlsbad again next week.
Yes, they will. Of course, Lovington comes in at 11-3. They went up on their northern road trip over last weekend, and the Cardiac Cats came through as they beat Los Alamos 72-70 up in Los Alamos, and then beaten Pewaukee 77-72 there in Pewaukee. Now, they have played this Carlsbad team before. They played them earlier in the year there at the Poe Corn Tournament in Carlsbad.
In Roswell.
Beat them 71-31, so the Cats could be looking for a little redemption tonight.
Yeah, whenever you play a team for the second time, you're looking to at least show up better than you did the first time. And if, the Lovington boys, I'm sure they're going into this one thinking there's no reason why we can't win this one if we play our best. So we'll see what happens.
Yep, and that's what it's going to be about, is just giving it everything you've got as the teams are being introduced out onto the floor. I guess we are maybe not going to have the
well, we did it first. I think they did the national anthem before the girls' game, so there's no sense in repeating it. I think that's the deal.
Yeah, possibly so.
They are.
Yes, the teams again being introduced out onto the floor, and we'll continue to work on the video. It's my understanding that we are having problems with that as we get ready to get into this ball game. So we'll just we'll stick with it as best we can and see what we can do on that. Of course, we are here on Z94 KZOR and on the Z94 KZOR app. And we're not going to have a national anthem as your starting five for your Lovington Wildcats. Number 3, Aguilera. Number 4, Tayton Hilliard. Number 5, Isaac Henson. Number 12, Joey Villalobos. And number 23, Zadrick Betancourt. For the Carlsbad Cavemen, their starters will be R.J. Amos. Also getting the start will be Damian Perez. He'll be taking the jump. Devin McWright. Also in the starting lineup, Evan Campos. And number 25, that's Xavier Rueda. So it'll be Tayton Hilliard. He will take the jump against Perez, and it'll be Carlsbad controlling the opening tip. As Perez, the big post, actually going to start out from the post, and he'll run the point. Takes it into the front court for the Carlsbad Cavemen. So tossing it near side to Amos, getting it inside to a cutting McWright, but he takes an extra step and travels. Had a look at the basket, but took that little step, that little slide, turns it over, give it to Lovington. The inbound from Betancourt to Hilliard. Full court press is going to be on for Coach John Zumbrin. Of course, longtime girl. Out of the Carlsbad timeout. Carlsbad leading this by a score of 15-4. Alongside Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Megan Auto in studio, engineering and producing. Welcome to Wildcat Gym. Cats at 11-3 on the season. Cavemen 13-3. If you're looking for the video of this one, we are having problems with the internal internet here at the Lovington Schools. We will definitely be getting with their IT department before we are back here on Saturday. Arroyo from the inbound takes it into the front court, almost loses the basketball, goes through, tosses it underneath to Javier Corrales, who just checked back in. Getting a little wild, probably a good idea to reset. And a bad dribble there and turnover and into the hands of Campos, who will lay it up and in. It's 17-4. Lovington's going to need a run and gun. do have a little problem with size and physicality, and that's pretty much what Carlsbad is. Hilliard jump stop to Henson. Henson bounce pass underneath to Perez. Gets run out by Chavez. Slings it back out to Corrales. Javier with McWright working on him. Uses up the dribble. A little bounce over the head to Hilliard. Hilliard's shot won't fall. It is off the iron, and the second rebound for Perez. Perez will just keep it himself into the front court. To Chavez. Three ball on the way. That one is in and out. Not going to fall, but it'll go into the hands of Campos. Campos will reset to McWright. Left wing three. That one is off the mark, and the rebound by Henson. Isaac second. Isaac will leave it off in the backcourt for Arroyo. Almost lose the basketball. Give it back to Henson. Carlsbad playing incredibly tight defense. Lovington not finding an answer thus far. To the free throw line with Arroyo, and a whistle sounds.
As Campos pushed the ball out, and he fouled him.
Yep, he did, and they're going to call that on Campos. His first personal, first team foul. 17-4 the score, $1:42 to go in the first quarter as Betancourt will check back in for Perez. And it'll be Arroyo inbounded from the far sideline. Arroyo will inbound it to Hilliard. Hilliard back to Julian. Wright picks him up very quickly. Julian to the right block, puts up a wild shot, and it goes into the hands of Betancourt as Betancourt will reset to Corrales. A little jump pass, get it over the trees there, underneath to a wide open Betancourt. They lost Patrick underneath, and he makes them pay for it. Banks it off the glass and in. 4 points for Betancourt, 17-6. Lovington cuts it down to an 11-point Cavemen lead. Into the front court comes Chavez to McWright. Toss it into the big boy Gonzalez, and he'll toss it long across the pass to Chavez. Gets it to the in the first quarter for Betancourt, 24-8 in favor of Carlsbad. Betancourt with 6 of the 8 on the board.
It should be 23.
It should be 23-8.
23-8. They've given the wrong point to the wrong team.
Into the front court with Perez with 10 seconds to go. Tosses to Campos. Now top of the arc to Gossett. Gossett with 3, with 2. Campos will put up the three-pointer, and that is off the mark. We have played a quarter, and Carlsbad led in 23-8 over the Wildcats. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, come back and continue Wildcat basketball. You're on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on Z94 KZOR and the Z94 KZOR app. We may be on YouTube, on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. We may be on ObsAmerica.com. I don't know. Technology has decided that it hates us. And, hey, we finally got a green light on the on that. Right. So let me look at that right quick. Lovington trailing Carlsbad here at the half. Our score is 40-15. So, yikes, it has not been a pretty one for the Wildcats. Let's take a look at the numbers in this one. From the first half, we'll start with the Cavemen. 10 points for Damian Perez. He leads the way. Tylen Gonzalez next on the list with 8. 7 points for Ishmael Chavez. 6 points for Devin McWright. Then you've got 3 points for R.J. Amos. Then a bucket for Derek Moore, a bucket for Evan Campos, and a bucket for Derek Sullivan. Leading rebounder right now for the Cavemen is Gonzalez. 19 rebounds as a team for this Carlsbad squad. They only turned the ball over 4 times in that first half. They did go 0 of 3 from the free throw line, scored 23 in the first, 17 in the second. That's how they get to their 40. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats. Zadrick Betancourt leads the way right now. He's got 6 points in the books, 3 points for Isaac Henson. It was from beyond the arc. Julian Arroyo, Anson Marquez, and Joseph Perez with a bucket apiece. Betancourt, also the leading rebounder for the Cats right now. He's got 4. Lovington being out-rebounded all over the place. And only 9 rebounds in that first half, and 4 of them from Betancourt. Lovington goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line in the first half. Turned the ball over 11 times. Scored 8 in the first, only 7 points in that second quarter. This is a high-powered Cats offense that has just not had any success against the big boys for the Cavemen.
Yes, and another stat that kind of stands out, in that first half, Carlsbad took 28 shots from the floor. That does not include the free throws. 28 shots from the floor. They have 18 makes, and 4 of those three-pointers. Lovington had 21 attempts. They took 21 shots from the floor, and they have far fewer makes. They have 6 makes, and 1 of those a three-pointer, and then they have 2 from the floor. That's right, 6 makes, including 1 three-pointer, and then 2 free throws.
2 free throws
for their 15 points. So 21 attempts, 6 makes.
And it goes along with 11 turnovers, too.
Right.
And so, yeah.
So that's you look at those 2 stats and you see, while they're trailing by 25 points to this Carlsbad team, although Lovington has had the looks at the basket. It's not that they're not breaking away. It's not that they're not getting the ball. It's not that they're not taking shots. It's just that they have not made those shots.
No, they definitely have had trouble making those shots, as you mentioned. I think find a way to make some more shots when you get the looks. That's got to be your Napa know-how key to the second half, I've got to think.
Get them to fall. Yeah,
yep.
Get a little hotter shooting going on because, and don't turn over the ball as much. Carlsbad, about 4 of those turnovers have been Carlsbad stealing the ball from Tayton Hilliard. It looks like they're targeting Tayton and taking the ball away from him more often than from anywhere else.
Yeah, so, they are putting a lot of pressure on, though,
right.
And they've given the Wildcats some fits, and that's indicative and indicated on the scoreboard with a 40-15 score for Carlsbad.
Having said that, though, Lovington is moving the ball pretty well. They are, they have forced a few turnovers themselves, and they have definitely made some things happen. Betancourt having a very good game for Lovington this time out.
Yep, he certainly is. So what's going to happen in the second half? Well, we'll find out. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. 2.5 minutes. We're back for the second half. This is Wildcat Basketball on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball here on Z94 KZOR, also on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Hopefully, we have found a internet port that it likes, so we will stick with it as much as we can. Thanks for being with us tonight. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. So the Cats with a hole to climb out of as they trail Carlsbad right now 40-15. As Villalobos will inbound it. It is the starting five on the floor for the Wildcats. Also the starters on the floor for the Cavemen as Tatum drives through the lane, puts up a little pop shot. No good, and the rebound by Perez, his fourth. Perez keeps it himself, leaves it off for McWilliams. Left corner for three, and that one is just going to kiss the rim and go into the hand of Perez. That'll be his second rebound of the ball game. Into the front court, nifty little move for Hilliard. Betancourt to Henson, and he is going to be blocked by Campos. Gets it back, and they'll reset it. Tatum to a cutting Villalobos off the glass, and Joey gets an elbow in the face for his trouble. And they are going to whistle that one on Rueda, his first team foul on Carlsbad. Villalobos at the line for two.
And his first trip to the line. In fact, Lovington's only been to the line once tonight, and Cedric Betancourt sunk both of them.
So at the line, Villalobos puts up the first and clanks it off the front of the rim. So Lovington now collectively 2 of 3 from the line. On the bright side, Carlsbad 0 of 3 from the line. Got to take advantage when you can shoot the free ones, though.
Right, not a lot of fouling in this game.
Second one up, and that one's not going to fall, and into the hands of Rueda, his fourth. Rueda will leave it off for Perez in the backcourt. Slings it over to Campos in front of the home stands. Back out to Perez. We know he'll shoot an NBA three if you give him a chance. Gets a little screen from Rueda. Now he drives in, picks up, and to a cutting McWilliams McWright. He's got 8 points.
Nice feed. Good assist from Carlsbad.
42-15. Carlsbad trying to get this to mercy rule timing as Henson will back it up near his own bench as they just go around the screen from Perez, but still a foul going to be called. They're going to call the push on Rueda. He's picked up 2 quick personals, and that'll be the second team foul on Carlsbad.
They have been so tight on Hilliard tonight that it's good to see them finally get a foul call on that.
They've determined that they're going to make somebody else beat them. Henson swings it to Villalobos. McWright picks him up quickly, and Joey goes down, and 12th turnover. Nothing he could do there. Kind of lost his footing and went over the side of his shoe there.
Yeah, his body momentum was carrying him forward, and yet he knew he couldn't take that step. So,
as Arroyo will check into the ball game as Villalobos checks out, the inbound will come to Perez from Campos. Perez to the front court, uses up the dribble, gives it to Campos as Betancourt will pick him up. Looking for some help, a high pass with Perez. You can get away with that. He'll pull the NBA three-point trigger, top of the arc, not going to go, and the rebound by Betancourt, his fifth.
And I think Perez got a hand on the ball, kind of knocked the trajectory off.
Arroyo throws the fastball to Isaac in front of the Stray Cats. Henson picks up the dribble. Betancourt deep left corner. And they'll just reset it now with Henson. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 42-15.
Lovington has yet to score in this quarter.
Betancourt 3 from the left side, and bang!
Nice way to do it.
9 points for Cedric Betancourt.
42-18 the score now. Carlsbad with the ball, going to bring it back down.
It's Perez as he'll cross into the offensive zone for the Cavemen. Near side to Rueda, uses up the dribble and the backdoor pass, and another pass goes to Amos.
But that assist was really nice by Campos.
Yes, it was. Into the front court comes Henson, or rather Hilliard, to Betancourt, near side to Arroyo. McWilliams on him very tight. Julian takes about 8 steps, no call, and they are going to call.
They're going to say he goes
the charge.
Up.
Yep, they're going to call the charge on Arroyo, his first team foul, and that will be counted as a turnover for the Wildcats. So 44-18. Carlsbad trying to stretch things out here in the third quarter as Chavez gives it into Perez. He'll cross the timeline. Takes it slightly over towards the right side. Into the right corner. The high inlet pass to Gonzalez. And that is a big boy underneath there, and he is hard to stop. He's got 10 points and 4 boards. 46-18, up to a 28-point lead. Hilliard swings it out for Henson. Henson cycles around, Jump stop into the right corner. Tatum for three. That one kisses the rim. And tracking it down will be Perez in the right corner. Perez to Arroyo, who gets back down by Campos. Tries to take it in, uses up the dribble, throws it to Betancourt. He'll just have to sling it in front of the Lovington bench for Hilliard. Hilliard back to Arroyo in front of the Stray Cats, and he'll pull the NBA three from the right wing. Not going to go, and knocking it away is Perez, but they're going to say that Tatum got a hand on it, so it'll go back into the hands of the Cavemen. 46-18, 4:23 to go in the third. Lovington trailing.
They've still only made one basket in this quarter.
Perez with the double dribble, or rather the palm ball, I should say. That'll be the fifth turnover for Carlsbad. So the teams trade turnovers. Give it back to the Wildcats. Henson, Hilliard, Arroyo, Perez. And just checking into the ball game is Javier Corrales for the Wildcats. It's going to be Campos, Barnes. Well, we'll set them in a moment. Corrales uses up the dribble, bounces out. Nifty little head fake there by Corrales, and out. Yep. It was so nifty he traveled on it. I think he got away with one a little while ago, so I think that's probably just a little bit of give back there. So you've got Perez, also Barnes.
7 attempts, 1 make by Lovington so far in this third quarter. 4:12 left to play in the third.
Campos, Sullivan, Chavez on the floor for the Cavemen. The high inlet pass to Gonzalez. He'll toss it back out. 3 ball on the way. That one no good, but the rebound is there for Barnes, but he'll put it up and it won't go, and the rebound by Perez, his fourth. Perez having a pretty good evening on the boards. He's got 4. Back down come the Wildcats. Bad pass, and Perez not able to hang on to it as the fastball came in from Hilliard. 15th turnover for the Wildcats. Got to take care of the basketball. 15-5 in the turnover department right now. Perez to the front court, slings it over to Campos. Campos, the fastball back near side to Barnes, now into the corner with Perez. Perez gets a little screen, cycles it out to Gonzalez, throws it to Chavez, almost stolen away, and we'll have a whistle and a travel called on the Cavemen. Things getting a little sloppy here.
Right. Yeah, in this third quarter, Carlsbad has had 6 attempts and 3 makes.
Yeah, 6 points in the quarter for the Cavemen. So the inbound will come from Henson to Hilliard. Hilliard into the front court, and he's going to get a foul. They're going to call the block foul on Amos. That'll be his first personal, third team foul. Lovington, if they can attack this Carlsbad team, start piling up some fouls, maybe have an opportunity to cut back into it from the line. They have had their trouble from the stripe, but if you can get back into it with the clock not running, that's a good thing. So it'll be Corrales. Works in, goes through the lane, loses the basketball off of his hip, but then steals it right back. That's Henson, but his shot won't fall, and the rebound by Gonzalez, his 5th rebound of the ball game. Perez to the front court. Thinks about the NBA three, thinks better of it, gives it off to Chavez. They'll work it inside to Gonzalez, but that one is going to be tipped away. Nice job by the Cats. Coming back down with Corrales, tries to drive in, is going to be partially blocked, and the ball is going to be loose on the floor, and last touched by the Wildcats as Perez and Chavez were fighting over in that left corner. Joseph touched it last as Gossett will check into the ball game for Chavez and the Cavemen. Henson, Hilliard, Corrales, Betancourt, and Perez on the floor for your Wildcats as Corrales will inbound it, gets it into Joseph in the left corner. Perez, a little underhand push out to Hilliard. He works against Perez. Pulls the three-point trigger, in and out, no good. Rebound by Corrales. He'll go to the left side. His putback won't fall, but he's fouled. He'll head to the line for 2. Think they're going to get the hack on Sullivan, but we'll see to be sure.
Nice offensive rebound, though, by Corrales.
And they're actually going to whistle that on Gossett, his 2nd personal, 4th team foul. Javier at the line, puts up the first, and off the back of the iron, too hard. Lovington
is 2 of 5 at the line so far in this
0 for 3 in the quarter. 46-18 still the score. Carlsbad in control, and that one is going to be in and out, and Perez will have another rebound. That is his 5th. So he'll take it across the big cat at center court. 2:18 to go. Carlsbad will reset. Gonzalez tries to feed it inside, and that one is going to be knocked away. Carlsbad all of a sudden playing pretty sloppy. Corrales on the far sideline takes it into the front court for the Cats. To Perez, he'll bounce it to Betancourt, now work it around to Hilliard, top of the arc. Hilliard moves in on number 40 and then gets it out to Betancourt. His three is short. Hilliard with the rebound. His putback won't roll, and it'll be Gonzalez with his 6th board of the ball game. Lovington just cannot buy a bucket.
No, they've only made one basket, and that's Betancourt's 3 in this quarter.
Perez on the near side takes it between the rings. There's again number 40. We do not have him on our roster, and it'll be stolen away by Tayton. Hilliard takes it coast to coast and misses the point-blank layup, but Perez is there, the trailer with the putback. Perez, 5 boards, 4 points, and a timeout taken by Coach Casey Pack. No, I think Casey's going to get teed up. Casey, take a deep breath down there, partner. 46-20, Lovington got the putback. And, yep, they teed up. They teed up somebody on the bench. And they are going to call the technical foul on the bench. And so that'll be the second personal, or rather the second team foul on the Wildcats as Coach Pack gets teed up. The Lovington will get the bucket. Casey wanted the foul. He's not going to get it, but that'll put Carlsbad at the line to shoot the technicals, and they'll get the basketball back. Lovington has cut it back to 26, but Perez will head to the line for the tees. Now the Lovington faithful getting on the men in stripes a little bit. Perez puts up the first, and it is good. He's got 11. 47-20 is the score. So Perez still shooting the technicals, made the first, and gets them both. He's got 12 points in the ball game. Oh, wow, they're going to give him, they double teed him up. Yikes.
I think they called one on Coach Pack and one on the bench, on a player on the bench.
Yep, they did.
Yep.
As they whistled that technical on Anson Marquez. So 4 free throws coming, and Perez has made 3 of them, and he shoots the 4th on 2 technicals, and he gets all 4 of them. Yowza.
So now we're 50-20 in this minute 24 left to play in this third quarter.
Double technicals as they tee up Anson Marquez and Coach Pack.
Definitely some frustration by Lovington showing.
Yes, there is. And I think Coach Pack may have had a legitimate gripe that was a foul before the putback on that, but is what it is underneath, and the little scoop and the little dish, and Moore has it up and in. He's got 4 points. 52-20, 65 seconds to go here in the third quarter, in a quarter I'm sure Lovington wishes would end, and that's going to be called on number 40, and we do not have a 40 on the roster.
No.
So he's going to have his first personal foul. So inside, and little fall away. Jay is up and no good from Arroyo, and the rebound is made by Perez, his 6th. Perez to number 40, right corner for 3, and it's good. 3 ball for number 40. Sorry, we don't have that young man's name. He was not on our roster. 55-20. It'll be running clock. As back the other way, and bang! Isaac Henson says, okay, you can shoot 3. I can too. 55-23. 30 seconds to go, and now whistles sound. And they're pointing at the Lovington bench. So now they're going to call a school official over. I think there's somebody in the crowd that they're going to ask to be removed from the stands. So they're going to ask they're going to ask somebody to be tossed.
And he has some words for the official as he passes as well.
Yes, he does. And they can tee up the crowd. This official's already proven he is not afraid of throwing the technical. So into the front court, 55-23, Lovington trail to Perez, and he'll slam it home. As he cut, nobody grabbed him, and he slams it home, 57-23. Back down come the Wildcats. Arroyo gets bumped, and they're going to call that one on Amos. That'll be his 2nd personal. 5th team foul on Carlsbad. It'll be a floor foul. So it'll be Corrales. He'll inbound it in front of the Stray Cats with 8 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, a quarter that I'm sure Lovington wishes would end. Henson tries to cross over, loses it, scoops it out to Perez. Perez needs some help, tries to get it back to Henson, will turn it over, and at the buzzer, Perez banks it home, and they count it. Perez, 3 at the buzzer from behind half court. When it rains, it pours. And right now, it's raining for the Cavemen. We go to the fourth. It's Carlsbad 60, Lovington 23. Wildcat basketball continues on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Back for the fourth quarter here at Wildcat Gym, and it'll start off with Carlsbad turning the basketball over off of the hands of Samuel G. That'll be the 11th turnover for the Cavemen. It will be running clock here in the fourth quarter unless Lovington can chip this down under 35. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle Megan Auto in studio engineering and producing. Betancourt bounce pass to Henson, who gets it out to Hilliard near center court. Back over to Isaac. Henson thinks about the three, now tosses over to Betancourt, right wing. Henson with intense pressure will toss it back out. 3 on the way from Hilliard, NBA style, not going to fall on the rebound by Moore, his third. As Moore will leave it off in the backcourt, Chavez will run the point, brings it into the front court. 60-23, still the score to G in the deep right corner. G uses up his dribble, Zadrick on him tight. Get it over to Barnes, and he'll travel. That'll be the 12th turnover for the Cavemen.
Lovington in that third quarter had 15 shot attempts from the floor and made 2 of those baskets. Yep. They were 3-pointers each.
Very tough. Lovington with only 8 points in that third quarter. To Villalobos, 40 on him tight. And they'll hand it off to Henson. Henson slings it over into the right corner for Betancourt, uses up the dribble, back to Isaac. Isaac in front of his own bench for 3, and bang! Third tray of the ball game for Isaac Henson, and that'll get it under 35. 60-26, a 34-point lead. And Betancourt comes across and knocks it away from Barnes and into the crowd. So it'll be G to inbound it, Betancourt. To pressure him as Garen Gossett will check back into the ball game. G gets it into Chavez right near the timeline. He'll take it between the rings. Here it'll come out to guard him. Gossett, left wing for 3. It is in and out. And the rebound going to be made by Henson, his 4th, and he's immediately fouled. And that should put Lovington in the bonus, if I'm not mistaken. Now let's see if they called that on for sure. There were a couple of Cavemen in the neighborhood. I think they call that on 34, so they're going to call that on G, his first personal. That'll be the 7th team foul on Carlsbad. So Isaac Henson at the line.
It's his first trip at the line tonight.
And he will miss the front end of the 1-and-1 and a scramble for the basketball, and Chavez will get it. And he will be in trouble, but bounce it off of Perez. Lovington struggling from the line. They are now 2 of 7 in the ball game from the free throw line. So back into Carlsbad's hands. Chavez to the front court. Goes between the legs. He'll work against Tayton, and he'll drive in, and a foul going to be called on Perez, and that'll put Chavez at the line for 2. I think they're going to call that on Perez. We'll double check.
They could have called it on.
Yep, they're going to call it on Perez. So that'll be Joseph's second personal. Just the 4th team foul on Lovington. 2 of those technicals. And missing the first one is Chavez. He's stuck at 7 points. All 7 coming in the first half. So missed the first, shoots the second, and rattles that one home, and that will make it back up to a 35-point lead. Lovington needs to score on this possession, or we're going to see the Sands run out of the hourglass incredibly quickly. To the front court, hand it off to Villalobos, swing it over to Henson. Henson gets a screen from Perez, looking for some space, uses up the dribble in the left block to Villalobos, left corner, three ball gone, no good, and Betancourt will get the rebound, and he is going to be fouled, and fouled hard by G. That'll be his second personal, 8th-team foul. So put Betancourt at the line for the 1-and-1.
And he's 2 of 2 at the line tonight.
9 points, leads the way, tied for leading the way with Henson. So Betancourt trying to get to double figures. Betancourt puts up the front end of the 1-and-1 and gets it. He's got 10 points, leads the way for the Wildcats. Checking in for Lovington will be Julian Arroyo. He'll come in for Tayton Hilliard. So 61-27, Lovington's got it back down under 35, and Zadrick will make them both. 61-28, 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Chavez to the front court, where he works against Arroyo. Chavez to Gossett, and on him tight is Perez. Nice job by Joseph, forcing him just to sling it back near side to Chavez. Chavez uses up his dribble. Joseph on him. He'll throw a desperation heave to G in the left corner. Now just a little push back out to Gossett. Arroyo on him tight, has to dodge some elbows there. Now back to young number 40.
He thought about the three.
To Gossett, little spin move as he goes into the lane. High shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, and his putback won't fall. Fight for the rebound, and finally coming away with it is Perez, his 6th. Joseph and Betancourt lead the way in the rebounding department for the Wildcats. Arroyo to the free throw line. Slings it over to Henson, left wing for 3. That one too hard off the back of the iron. Coming through is Villalobos with the rebound, but loses the handle and into the hands of the Cavemen. Chavez picks up the dribble, slings it to Barnes. 3 from the right wing. That one is too hard. Into the hands of Gossett off the front of the iron, and a foul going to be whistled away from the basketball. And they are going to call that one on Villalobos. That'll be his first personal, 5th-team foul on the Wildcats. And a whole bunch of changes coming in for Coach Zumbrin. Carlsbad, fairly impressive as usual. They've got an awful lot of size. It'll be fun to watch them play the Hobbs Eagles when district gets underway. I think it'll be fun to watch this Lovington team play Hobbs next week, too. Week from tonight, as a matter of fact. So the subs are in the game for Coach Zumbrin. Feed it inside to Moore, and he'll go in and he'll get the bucket, and he's fouled by Villalobos. Joey's second personal, 6th-team foul. So Moore goes to the line for the and 1. He's got 6 points. His first trip to the line. Going to try and get Carlsbad up to 50% free throw shooting on the night. Checking into the ball game is going to be Anson Marquez for the Cats. Joseph Perez will check out. So Moore at the line. Has 6 points, 3 rebounds, and going for 3 the old-fashioned way, in and out. Rolls around and into the hands of Corrales. Back down come the Cats. 3:15 to go in the ballgame, 63-28, and a bad pass as airmailed Arroyo. Isaac's got some ups, but I'm not sure he's got that much ups. 19th turnover for the Wildcats. So back into the hands of the Cavemen as Munoz to the front court to Sullivan. They'll work it into the corner to Gossett, inside to Moore, and he'll bank it off the glass. Point blank shot, not going to go. And the rebound is going to be brought down by Marquez. Marquez to Arroyo, gets stripped away. 20th turnover for the Wildcats. And back down come the Cavemen. 2.5 remaining in the ball game. Push it near side to G. He works against Arroyo, pushes into Arroyo, and they're going to call the charge on G. So that'll be his 3rd personal. It'll be the 9th-team foul, and it will be a turnover on Carlsbad. 2:18 to go in the ball game, 63-28. To Villalobos in the right corner. To Henson, and a bad pass and out of the hands of Corrales. Another turnover for the Wildcats. as Gossett will drive in, misses the point-blank shot, and Henson will get the rebound, and he's fouled. His 5th rebound of the ball game, and they call the push. See who they put that one up on for sure. Yep, they're going to call that on Sullivan, his first personal, 10th team foul. So Lovington in the double bonus. Now they've got to make them work from the free throw line. Henson with 9 points is 0 of 1 from the stripe. Minute 56 to go in the ball game. Of course, next up for the Cats and the Lady Cats will be Texaco in Texaco Friday night. Isaac's first one is up, and he gets the front end of the 1-and-1. He's got 10 points in the ball game.
3 trays and
a free throw.
That's right, and a chance at making it 2.
Bends the knees, puts it up, and Henson gets them both. He leads the way. He and Betancourt lead the way for the Wildcats as Henson will check out. A little bit gimpy there. Hope Isaac's okay. Checking in for Lovington will be Adam Sanchez, seeing his first action of the night. As Munoz to the front court to G. Takes it to the high post, then dumps it out to Gossett. Gossett back to G with 1:42 remaining in the ball game. Uses up the dribble. Villalobos on him tight, and a bad pass, and into the hands of the Wildcats. Down, Villalobos saves it. Out to Corrales. Nifty little move as Corrales drives in, and he's going to get fouled on the drive in. How did Villalobos save that, Dawn?
I don't know, but
I don't either, but he did.
It was a no-look pass, just back, and it happened to be that Corrales was in the right place at the right time. So
Gossett got Corrales on the arm. Lovington in the double bonus. He'll head to the line for 2. Javier's first is up, and it's good. He has his first point of the ball game, 63-31. Lovington chops it down to just a 32-point Carlsbad lead in this one. Second one is up. That one is going to fall off the iron and into the hands of Samuel G. Of course, it was a 40-point game when they played a couple of weeks ago, so Lovington has done a little bit better than that tonight. Really just too much size and too much early free three-point shooting for the Cavemen. Inside to Moore on the right base. His shot won't fall, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
They're going to get Marquez on him for that?
Yeah, I think so. We'll double-check it. Yep, you're absolutely right. Anson Marquez picks up his second personal. That is the 7th team foul on the Cats. So that will put Carlsbad in the bonus. Not that it'll matter. Moore 0 for 1 from the line. Puts up the first, and of course, that's the announcer's curse. When you talk about it, they will immediately do whatever you said they just hadn't done. 7 points for Moore. Second one is up, and that one's not going to go. And the rebound by Sanchez, but he immediately travels with it. So he gets the rebound, but turns it over. 22nd time the Cats have put the ball in the hands of the Cavemen. 66 seconds remaining in the ball game, 64-31. Sullivan to inbound from left of his own bucket. He'll toss it in, and they'll work it around. Finally settle it in with G, then inside to Moore. Puts up a shot, no good, gets his own rebound, but he's fouled. He'll head back to the line. So Moore with his 4th rebound of the ball game. And another foul going to be called on Marquez. Marquez really battling underneath, but just not able to come down with it around the size of Moore. And he'll get the first one to fall. He's got 8 points in the ball game. 65-31, 58 seconds to go. He gets the second one. We're back to 35. Second one is up, and he gets them both, so it will be running clock. Lovington will need to score on this possession. Try and extend this out a little bit, 66-31. Which is what Lovington had in their first meeting against this Caveman squad. Corrales to Arroyo to Sanchez. Work it back around, 39 seconds to go. Back to Arroyo to the right block, and a nice little push shot from there by Arroyo. He's got 4 points in the ball game. Under 30 seconds to play. As Munoz to the front court. Works against Julian. Nifty little move as Julian goes around him. Now I've got to think Carlsbad probably just going to play keep away the last 15 seconds of this one. Leading 66-33. Back near side to G. Sanchez will pick him up, and G just going to back it out. Picks up the dribble, then to Munoz with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1. And our final in this one, as the Carlsbad Cavemen victorious over the Lovington Wildcats. 66-33 the final. Carlsbad will improve to 14-3. Lovington will drop to 11-4 after the loss. We will take a 3-minute timeout. Come back with your Wildcat postgame show. This is Lovington Wildcat basketball on KZOR. Welcome to your Bob's Thriftway and Now Pharmacy postgame show. Lovington Wildcat basketball here on Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. The Cats falling tonight 66-33 to the Carlsbad Cavemen. What's going on, Don? Well, here, let me take a look at it.
All right.
But yeah, so not the night that the Cats wanted, to be sure, falling 66-33. There you go. We're back there.
Yeah, I was afraid to kick the video off again.
Let's take a look at the final numbers in this one. For the Carlsbad Cavemen, Damian Perez leads the way with 19 points. He pretty much sat the fourth quarter for the Cavemen, but he leads the way with 19 points. Also in double digits tonight, Tylen Gonzalez. He finishes up with 10 points. 8 points for Ishmael Chavez, 8 points for Devin McWright, 8 points for Derek Moore. Then you had 5 points, R.J. Amos, and a bucket for Derek Sullivan, a bucket for Evan Campos. Also 3 points on the night for number 40, who was not on the roster that we were given. Leading rebounder tonight was Perez, and Gonzalez with 6 apiece for the Cavemen. Carlsbad finished up collectively with 31 rebounds in the ball game. Turned the ball over 14 times. Scored 23 in the first, 17 in the second, 20 in the third, and 6th in the fourth. That's how they get to their 66, but, you know, that 6 in the fourth, a little misleading as a lot of the deep bench got in for the Cavemen. Leading scorers tonight for your Lovington Wildcats, Isaac Henson and Zadrick Betancourt, each in double figures, both with 11 points tonight. Julian Arroyo with 4 points for Joseph Perez, and a point for Javier Corrales. Betancourt and Perez each with 6 rebounds on the night, 24 rebounds as a team for your Wildcats. They go 7 of 13, so just slightly better than 50% from the free throw line. Turn the ball over way too many times, 22 to be exact. 8 in the first, 7 in the second, 8 in the third, and 10 in the fourth. That's how they get to their 33 on the board, Don Morgan.
Yeah, just their cold shooting for long stretches at a time really condemned them to, you know, such a deficit, you know, on the scoreboard. Lovington certainly had looks at the basket. They had attempts. They had, in fact, it looks like I've got like 30 38 attempts, and in that game, I mean, they come up with 10 makes. So, and that's those.
Yeah, 20.
Some of those are. That's right.
Only about 25%.
Exactly.
That's not so great.
So, and some of those, of course, were 3-point shots, and then some of those, of course, that does not count free throw shooting. That does not count points or attempts at their free throw shooting. And of course, Carlsbad was not perfect in that department, but they had a much higher percentage of makes as to attempts, from the floor. So I've got them down as 42 attempts and 24 makes. And of course, several of those were 3-pointers, and that does not include the free throws. Although they were not very good in that department, that's really about the only department that they were not real good in.
They were 8 of 14, so slightly better than 50% too. So just like Lovington.
Too many turnovers on Lovington's part, and too many shots, attempted but not made, and that kind of tells the story. So there were some bright spots, so that they certainly were. I mean, Betancourt had a heck of a game. Isaac Henson had a great 3-point shooting game, and Lovington really was targeting a couple of Carlsbad was targeting some players, especially Tayton Hilliard, and they managed to kind of keep him at bay. Tayton normally very quick and good player for Lovington, and they were really trying to contain him, and they were
did
able
a good
to
job
do that.
of it.
They certainly did.
So tonight the Cats just not enough to take on the Cavemen as they fall again 66-33 the final. Now we will be back with you on Friday night as both the Cats and Lady Cats will hit the road to Texaco. So we're going to head up to around Clovis. Oh boy. Always a fun time there at Texaco. Actually, they have a very nice facility. Looking forward to being back there. We will start out on Friday night at around 5:20 on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com with the Lovington girls. Then also on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on Z94 KZR around 7 o'clock. We will have the boys game for you on Friday night. So final thoughts on this now Pharmacy Bob's Thriftway postgame show, Dawn?
Well, these kinds of games for the boys, for the girls and the boys are learning attempts, and they'll go back and look at this game and see how they fared against Carlsbad, tonight as opposed to the last time they played, and then they'll look forward to next week to performing better and to trying to score a few more points and just continue to sharpen up for district, which is going to be here before you know it.
It certainly is. First district game coming up January the 28th, so just a couple of weeks away. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one as the Lovington Wildcats came out and gave it all they had, but just came up short against the 5A Carlsbad Cavemen. Our final 66-33. Wildcat basketball here on Z94 KZOR has been brought to you by Norley Hospital, the First American Bank of Lovington, Bob's Thriftway, also Lovington Auto Supply, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Now Pharmacy, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Stone Oilfield Services. For Megan Auto in studio engineering and producing for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Gym. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Broadcasting and Z94 KZOR Sports. Now back to today's best music mix on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Good night, everybody.